What's going on? Hey, welcome to the first ever Breaking and Entering comedy show. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for real. You know, Bobby and I have been getting a lot of questions like breaking and entering. What the fuck does that mean, man? Like, where did you come up with that? I'm gonna break it down for you really quick. So, breaking and entering, B and E. Bobby and Eli, B and E, right? Makes sense, makes sense. Yeah. But it also, entering. We're entering the comedy scene, we're aspiring comedians, right? Like, it's cool. Breaking, we're breaking the mold. We're two white guys, one of us is Jewish, doing stand-up. You guys haven't seen shit like this, man. This is wild. Fucking breaking down barriers, man. We're like the Rosa Parks of the St. Pete community. You know, St. Pete comedy scene, shit. Changing the game. You guys ready to get this thing started? I'll get into my actual stuff. Yeah. All right, joke one. DUI. Feel that weird energy that I just put into this room? Letters, man, 3 letters. Everybody in here, like whether you got one, whether you know somebody that has one, whether you know they're gonna touch a sip of alcohol, you know that's not good. It's bad, right? But you take those 3 letters, you shuffle them up a little bit, and it becomes one of my favorite things in the world. Right now, for me, I love Uncrustables, Sunsets, IUDs. You mix those 3 things together in one night, oh shit, dude, you're in for a party. I'm being facetious. I really am. But hey, there are some guys in here that know exactly what I'm about to talk about, okay? If you're ever with a girl and things are getting a little hot and heavy, first time, and you're like, yo, baby, you on birth control? What's up? Like, she's like, I have an IUD. It's like you just hit a fucking walk-off home run. You pimp that thing 450 left center, you bat flip, you know you're scoring. But about halfway to home, you take off the helmet. Don't need that shit. Yeah. That was actually my first time ever trying to split a room intentionally. How did I do? Holly's not loving it. My dad has been more proud, that's for sure. Okay, I'll bring you guys back. I will get some wholesome stuff, you know, whatever. I've been watching Lost lately. I'm not even talking about the show, it's just my fucking life right now. Yeah. There's 6 seasons to the actual show, though. I gotta be like tail end of season 5, maybe early season 6. I'm hopeful. They say like, what is it? Tough seas bring the strongest sailors. Is that a saying, something like that? God damn, I'm Christopher Columbus right now. I'm fucking knifing through these waves, you know? It's impressive. It's impressive, really. Not to brag or anything, but I'm getting older. 31 now. 31 years young. In my prime. The body ain't bouncing back like it used to, though, you know? I'm a little banged up right now, and it's starting to get to me a little mentally. Now I can't do stuff that I'm like used to doing. I'm having to take some time off, and starting to affect my personal life too. I was actually with a girl the other night, and she's just like, so Eli, do you have any kinks? And without hesitation, I'm like, of course, baby. I want to make my shoulder blade right now. Goddamn, can you work on that a little bit? Wasn't what she was talking about at all. I've been having some back issues. I wish I was kidding. I started sleeping with a body pillow because I'm lonely, or because of the back stuff. I sleep on my side a lot. Same girl, we go upstairs, we walk in, and I forgot to put the body pillow away. It looks like I got a dead body underneath my comforter. God, dude, that's a tough one to bounce back from, you know? Made it work, though, a miracle. 31, can't say it enough, man, it just sounds weird to say. There's some adult stuff like happening to me and all my friends at this age, right? My HOA was nice enough to hand me a special assessment recently. That's right, homeowner ladies, homeowner. So. Special assessment basically means they didn't have enough money to cover the damages from the storm back in October, so I owe $2,000 at the end of this month. Which is probably a good time to announce that I started OnlyFans. Yeah. Hey, don't get excited. It's only feet, ankles and below. My toes, they're not painted like Bobby's, but I will do way more shit with them, you know what I mean? Yeah. $5 a month. It's not gonna break the bank for any of you guys. Get in. Yeah, no more free stuff, Trev. No more free stuff. I got a mouth to feed. I'm, definitely getting older. It's interesting feeling. 31 and I'm still posting music on my Instagram story, dude. What the fuck? Does that ever end? Is that just like my form of autism or something? Like, some of you guys in here definitely see that shit and you're like, dude, you're 31, man. Nobody gives a fuck about the new Drake track. Fucking go start a family or something. I'm working on it. But it's tough out here, dude. I'm on Instagram the other night and I see a post and it says, actors you didn't know had disabilities. First slide, Johnny Depp, partially blind out of his left eye. Second slide, Millie Bobby Brown, deaf out of her left ear. Fourth slide, Leonardo DiCaprio, OCD. I didn't really consider that a disability necessarily, but I respect, OCD is a very real thing. Started thinking about it though, and I've actually got a good amount of OCD myself. Which is good news for me, because that's my car parked in the handicap spot out front. Kenny, do not tell my ass, dude. I got the pass coming. It's all legitimate, I swear. The embarrassing thing about that is I saw that post and I started writing about it in my notes, like late at night. And I woke up the next day, and one of my punchlines was going to be, well, no wonder he's dating all these 24-year-olds. He's getting the numbers mixed up. That's dyslexia, Eli. That is not even close. Dyslexia is what Christian Bale has. That was slide 3. That's right. The Dark Knight has a hard time reading. The biggest enemy and the threat to Gotham is an English exam. Yeah. It's hard to believe Batman wouldn't do well on his ACTs, But whatever. I had another part that I was going to add to that joke about if you've been to my townhouse. That's right, it's not a condo, it's a townhouse. I was going to say, if you've been there, you know that my place looks like a middle-aged Hispanic woman lives there. And I mean that in the best way possible, right? It's just very organized, very tidy, very colorful, very welcoming. I've turned it into a home, And I wasn't going to use it, but then sometimes things just work out. I posted my dad and his girlfriend sleeping on my couch the other night. I posted that on my Instagram story. Holly messages me about it. She then comments, oh my God, is that their home? I love the artwork. No, Holly, that's this middle-aged woman's home right there. God, dude. I wasn't even gonna include this, but one time our buddy Kim walked into my place and she's like, did I just walk into a Good Housekeeping catalog? What the fuck? I'm like, I got good taste, baby, I got good taste. I do have some family here, which is awesome. Woo! My dad's seen me for the first time do stand-up. What up? Yeah, hey, and on top of that, first parent to ever come to a Sunrise Crew workout. 63 years young. Woo! Still shredded, man, still shredded. We got some other family here as well. Thank you guys for all coming. Yeah. When I knew my dad was going to be here, I obviously had to start thinking of some stuff from my childhood and stuff that involved him, right? And so this last part of the set's going to really just be about Dad, about things that involve him. It's going to be fun. Something interesting about me, I actually slept on my parents' floor in a sleeping bag until I was in middle school. Sorry. I swear my sister had one right beside me. They were stuffed to the brim with stuffed animals. Build-A-Bear loved seeing us walk in. Cha-ching, cha-ching. It was crazy. It was nuts. But it wasn't even like a once a night type of thing or like once a week. It was like every night of the week. Sometimes I'd try to sleep in my own room. And then about 11 o'clock, can I come in? Mom would be like, yeah, let's roll the bag out. Get on in there. Do you guys know what that does? You know what that does, all those years of being 4 peas in a pod? You know what that leads to? Abstinence, people. I was cock-blocking my own father. I'm so sorry, Dad. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize at the time I was just a boy. I was just a boy. But what eats me up so much is I'm such a great wingman now. That's why it hurts. That's why it hurts. Dad, you brought Emily tonight. Emily, what's up? Thank you so much for coming. A blonde gal named Emily. Ironically, that's my only serious relationship, a blonde girl named Emily. 2 years in college, was truly heartbroken about that. Couldn't let me have that one, Dad? You know, it's gonna be fucking weird when she comes back into my life in about 5 years, Thanksgivings and stuff. Hey, Emily, pass the stuffing. They both reach for it. It's gonna be a whole ordeal. No, Emily, thank you for coming for real. You're great. I don't know if you guys can tell from my set so far, but I did have my mouth washed out with soap when I was younger. It worked for a little while. My parents were actually pretty strict for a while. I don't even want to say strict, it was just more protective. You know, pretty protective. I did get spanked, like 2 or 3 times, right? It was when I deserved it. I was young. One time I stole a pack of stickers out of Walmart from my mom. She told me not to get them, shoved them in my pocket, get in the car. She sees me checking them out. I'm like, is that fucking Charizard? Pikachu? No. And she took me right to the fire department where he was working. Boom! Never stole shit again, dude. Except for hearts. Dad, you've taught me so much, man. I don't have enough time up here to talk about it all. A couple things I really know you've taught me, though. You've taught me the importance of hard work, importance of perseverance. Give you guys an example of that. A few weeks ago when I shit my pants at work. Hey, I could have gone home. I could have sulked in it, man. I could have just caved in, let life rain on me a little bit. But what did I do? I went home, I cleaned myself off, and I got back out there, baby. That's what Langton men do. That's what he would do. That's what his dad would do. My great-grandpa would do. I'm the last of the Langton men, so no pressure there. But Dad, I started thinking about that house that we built back when I was in middle school, right? All the good times there, and it was a really cool plot of land. We had a couple acres, and the bottom was all flat and stuff, so we had a ton of space. I'd rip my dirt bike and shit around. It was awesome. But we actually put a full baseball field back there, full infield, backstop. I'd go out there and he'd hit me ground balls. I'd pitch to him. He'd throw me BP and stuff. And man, when you're a kid, you think your dad and your parents really are just like superheroes, right? They can do no wrong. Dad's throwing me BP, and I'm just fucking lacing him in the gap, just getting into a rhythm, right? And by the way, when I put it in the gap, it's at least 2 bases, likely 3. I got fucking wheels, okay? Those of you that were at field day know what I'm talking about. Yeah, these legs move. But then all of a sudden one day, one slipped out, caught me in the ear hole, and I'm like, whoa, we fucking doing this, Dad? I have to charge the Mountain Dew, man? I'm 10 years old. We'll do this right now. I was fortunate enough to have a neighborhood. We had 5 or 6 other guys my age, in my age range. And so we'd have some epic backyard football games as well. We'd line the field with cones, probably 40, 50 yards. It was a big field. Had a a plastic field goal post we bought. It was legitimate. And my dad would come down and be all-time quarterback. I'm not exaggerating in the slightest when I say he and I are like Tom Brady and Randy Moss, okay? He could put it anywhere on the field, didn't matter. And if he didn't, I'm going up and getting it. I'm one-handing it. I'm toe-tapping the sidelines. It didn't fucking matter. It was impressive, okay? It was impressive. The problem was, though, my dad, being a fireman EMT for all those years, he had an interesting schedule. It was 24 hours on, 48 hours off. So one day, we're trying to play a little pigskin, a little football in the backyard. Dad's working. So we asked one of the other kids, yo, man, will your dad come be all-time quarterback for us? He's like, yeah, I'll go ask, sure. So he's out there playing, and by about the third or fourth time the ball's thrown, I don't know, 10, 12 feet short in the dirt, we start questioning this guy's dad. We're like, "Yo, your dad all good?" He's like, "Yeah, man, we're just having fun, whatever." Happens again. "Yo, dude, was your dad in some type of accident when he was younger, man? Why does his arm work like that?" Happens again, and we're like, "Dude, is your dad even right-handed, man? What is going on? Why does he suck?" You spoiled us, Dad. You spoiled us.
Enjoyed every minute of it.
Oh, baby. Hey, lost art. He loved the mid-range jump shot, damn it. He'd get me on it all the time, but I had the range, you know? I had the range. Last thing I'll leave you guys with, I love this man to death, but he does know me better than really probably anyone else on this planet, you know? I'd say he and my mom are probably neck and neck. And that means he also, I think, knows how to get to me and push my buttons every now and then. Some of you guys may be aware that I'm on Duolingo. Yeah. Been on it for a little while now. I had like a 230-day streak last year. I'm not Antonio Banderas or anything, but like I'm getting there, you know? The problem with my brain is I'm not always in Spanish mode. Sometimes, you know, like when I was in Cabo last year, about day 2 or 3, I got it down, you know? I'm like, hola, gracias, más cervezas, yeah, whatever, like the usual. But when I'm in Tampa, I'm not around a lot of Spanish-speaking people. When I'm in Marietta, Ohio, where Spanish-speaking people don't exist, I'm not really in Spanish mode, you know? So I'm back for the holidays this past year, and I'm sitting, it's about 11 o'clock in the evening, one random evening, and it's my dad, my cousin Raquel, myself. We're watching TV. I'll paint the picture for you. I'd taken an edible, had a couple drinks, whatever. I'm about half asleep. Raquel's like, "I'm gonna go do my Duolingo lesson really quick." All right, whatever. I'm like still dozing off. She comes back out. Dad's like, "Oh yeah, you're still on Duolingo too, right?" I'm like, yeah. I haven't been as consistent with it lately, right? Dad goes, "Donde está la cocina?" And I'm like, huh? Raquel clearly can tell that it's just not working up here, right? She responds, "La cocina está aquí." Thanks, Raquel. I feel like an idiot. That's great. But Dad does that. He asks me in unfortunate times, we'll say. So we're sitting there, and I'm like, "Oh, that's cool, Raquel. You're on Duolingo as well. Like, that's awesome." And she's like, yeah, I've been doing it for a while. For Japanese. Sick, Raquel. You're smarter than me in 3 languages. That's fucking great. Hey, I for real love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for coming out. We got an awesome show coming up. Can I announce it here? Yeah. All right, so we got an awesome show coming up. Thank you guys again so much for coming out. Hopefully B&E Comedy will keep this thing going. We'll have some exciting stuff for you. But let's keep it going for your next comedian, Tate.